The country's oldest sugar company, Muhoroni Sugar, is in the red. In receivership since 2001, Muhoroni is yet to get back on its feet and awaits another round of government bailout to survive. And as Sam Ogina found out, the company is running on 54-year-old outdated technology.
From a vantage point, all seems well at Muhoroni Sugar Factory, another public sector sugar mill and one of the oldest in Kenya. Trucks bringing in cane to set in motion the sugar processing chain. At the end of the processing plant, packaged sugar ready for distribution as trucks are loaded with the brown sugar to hit the road to various towns within Kisumu, Kericho, Nandi and Uasin Gishu counties.
Sai ukienda Muhoroni wako na furaha. Lakini ilifika wakati walikuwa karibu hata kukata stima. Tulikuwa tunangoja bailout from government, ijakuja mpaka sahi. Ikabidi tuuse miwa kidogo, ndio tukanunua chemicals, tukaanza hiyo machine.
A statement that opens the lead to yet another troubled government-owned sugar mill. Established in 1964, Muhoroni is arguably Kenya's oldest sugar processing plant, and with age comes challenges.
Sugar industry is a multi-billion project. You cannot afford to leave it idle for a day or two. You can only leave it idle when you are doing some reasonable work, when you are revamping it. Otherwise, just stopping the sugar industry because of raw material. And of course, it is not a portion mill. You know, a portion mill, when you are grinding grain, you can stop it and start comfortably. With the sugar industry, if you do that, you end up with a lot of losses because the material will be decaying along the line.
And this put the oldest sugar factory in receivership in 2001. 17 years later, Muhoroni is still awaiting government bailouts to keep it afloat. The company yet to turn around and stand on its own, and this has the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary very worried.
In the next 6 months, any factory that will not be standing on its own, I'll cross it down. Kama ni management, ndio baya, tutoe yote. Kama ni body baya, tutoe body, tutoe management.
In a situation whereby you are paying insurance cover for all the machines installed, you are paying employees, and you are not running at full capacity, then definitely you are making losses.
In 54 years, sugar processing industrial technology has evolved drastically, but not for Muhoroni Sugar Company. The company appears trapped in a stagnated time machine that has refused to move since its inception in 1964, and it's costing the factory dearly.
We have not embraced that technology. It requires investment. In Muhoroni, an area being manned by 5 workers in the new private factories, which are automated like Transmara, is being manned by 1 person. And there's a lot of costs involved if you have 5 staff compared to you have one person.
A breakdown of machine here means disaster. With the technology acquired from Germany over 5 decades ago, the company has since stopped production of some of the equipment still being used here. A breakdown means Muhoroni placing an order, paying upfront for the company to begin manufacturing of the parts from scratch, and that would take 6 months to 1 year to have the part replaced, essentially crippling operations.
In a plant whereby you are running manual operation, the results are low because of the human. Na vile tuna operate sahi, ni kama mtu anaendesha gari bila spare wheel. Hiyo wheel moja akikuwa na shida, unapark gari hapo, unakimbia, unatengeneza, ndio unarudisha. Na vile sugar industry iko, haitakana hivyo.
Located just a short radius from Chemelil Sugar and Muhoroni Sugar factories, the competition for raw material here is epic, and farmers are riding on the demand. This complicated further by private sugar companies that are ready to pay promptly for the raw material.
We supported a farmer with seed cane. We did some plowing. And in the process, at times farmers go for ready money. If they know very well that the private miller needs cane, they very fast give out the cane.
To insulate themselves, the company wants an exclusive lockdown of their region from intruders. what is referred to as zoning.
The zoning will only help us to plan. You know very well that you are running from January to December. How much cane do you have? But in the process, if somebody comes and harvests your cane, then you are doomed.
Or better yet, Muhoroni's management is proposing a merger of itself, Chemelil Sugar and Muhoroni Sugar companies. All this being struggling government-owned sugar mills within the same region. Muhoroni having closed shop in 2001 for 13 years, only to begin operations in 2015, then placed under receivership.
It's not a bad idea merging them. And then you will find that these competitions will not be there because it's one person giving direction and authority and they plan well. Within that nucleus, it will be well.
In a country with at least 12 sugar mills, Kenya consumes at least 800,000 tons of sugar annually, but produces 600,000 tons. This leaving a shortfall of 200,000 tons annually that has to be imported. Players believe this gap could be plugged if the government-owned sugar companies were prudent in their management to make them efficient and profitable. But with private sugar mills running the show, is it time for the public-owned companies to change shareholding? 5 sugar companies, that is Muhoroni, Chemelil, Muhoroni, Nzoia and Sony Sugar, have been listed for privatization. Is this the answer to bring the sweetness of the sugar back to the Kenyan tables?
Ombi la kuomba serikali isichukue mashini ikaweka kwa mkono ya mtu binafsi, kwa sababu maisha itaendelea kutufinya hapa.
Ile shida imekuwa kubwa. Ni watu wanasema kama government wanataka wachukue tu mashini na udongo ni yao. Sasa hiyo ina scare hawa harvesters.
While it is a bitter narrative for the public sector companies, 2 private sugar mills are trailblazing the industry. That's coming up tomorrow on Bittersweet. Sam Ogina, Citizen TV.